Ever since my baby turned 6 months, there's been changes in how I prepare food for my family. So it's advisable to try avoid salt as much as possible for your babies when they're under 1 year old. So I've got a 6 month old, and whenever I cook having in mind that my 6 months old is going to eat that food just like the rest of the family. So that made my cooking pattern change a bit, because whenever I'm cooking, I try to leave the salt and the seasoning cubes for last. So when it comes to making our traditional food, I love to make it in bulk like this, just a whole lot. And maybe I don't make soup again for like 2 months or thereabout, depending on how fast it finished. And after making that soup, I dished out my baby's own food. I put them into little ice cube tray, which is already in the freezer, and then whenever it's time for us to eat as a family, I take my baby's own and heat it up just like the rest of the family. Same goes for when I'm making stew. I just take off my baby's food and later on I add the salt, pepper and seasoning cubes. This method is what I've done for my older kids when they were at the 6 months of age, and it has saved me lots of money because baby food is not cheap. And let's be mindful that some of this baby food has lots of chemicals added to it. We know we can't win it all. We have to just be careful the way we can, help ourselves the way we can, and leave the rest for God. But I always prioritize any way I can save money. So I'm not advising moms out there not to buy baby cereal. No, I've got baby cereal, and I normally get those ones for emergencies, like on the go. Let's say I'm going out and about, or midnight or night time. I just want to make something quick for my baby to eat when their appetite for food start growing. At this stage, I want my baby to explore the food we eat, the taste of the food. So when she's growing, the everyday food we eat in the house is not strange. This method was what I did with my older girls. When they turned 6 months old, I started introducing them to the same thing we eat as a family, but I always modify their own at that 6 months of age to fit into what they can eat. So either puree them, or you mince them, or you mash them, something that is safe for your baby to eat. I know some babies are fussy eaters, they are picky eaters, but as a parent, it's your duty to try and encourage that child. Keep offering different variety of food. Let the child understand the benefits of that food. And as a parent, you are the role model to your children. If you don't even like vegetables, you as a parent, normal. You love junk. I love junk, but I try to avoid it. But because I want to portray a very good example to my kids, I love vegetables. Don't get me wrong. What gives me joy is whenever I eat food filled with vegetables. It gives me joy. But I also incorporate that same thing to my kids' food. So when they see me eating, they see their daddy eating, they are also encouraged to eat. And let them know the benefit of that food they are eating. So they know that, oh, this is the reason why I'm eating this. My 3-year-old Cassie, she is the person that she's less likely to eat vegetables, but I had to find a way to give it to her. I always shred it and I encourage her, and she's ready to eat. I've seen some kids that are 3 years old and the only thing they can still eat is Cerelac, literally Cerelac. And I'm not saying Cerelac is bad, but there are so many wide range of food. These kids, they don't even know what they like. They don't even know what they don't like. It's all about what you offer to them as a parent. Babies naturally they love sweet taste even at this age. That is why babies love milk, because milk is sweet. Breast milk is sweet. So even when you're offering food to your babies, try to limit the sweetness of the food, especially adding extra sugar. It's totally not necessary. And even when you're introducing food like oats, you go to the store to get oats, check the nutritional fact of that oat, make sure there is no sugar, especially those oats that are in an individual sachet. in the store, most of them are filled with sugar, like it's too sweet. So from the 6 months of age, just try to limit the sugar the kids take. So even as they grow, they're not really bothered if there is sugar or not. We as grown-ups, we know we struggled with sugar. We are grown-ups, and at this stage we are trying to limit the sugar we take. If we can help the kids to limit their sugar intake, so when they get to the stage like this, just like ourselves, they won't really struggle. If you're used to having your cereal with sugar, you just have to keep going like that. It's very difficult to stop because sugar is addictive.